extremely picky queen ant. A single pine cone can only produce one egg. To increase production, the black ant captain offered her a sugar cube. The queen ant looked at the sugar cube with confusion, then took a bite. The next second, the sheer quantity stunned the worker ants. Not long ago, a group of black ants went out foraging. The leader accidentally discovered an iron box, filled with sugar cubes. It walked inside and took a small taste. Then, goodness gracious, this is absolutely delicious. It quickly summoned other ants to carry the tin box back to the nest. On the way back, they came upon a steep slope. The ants lost control for a moment, and the tin box tumbled straight down. Sugar cubes scattered everywhere. The ants hurriedly gathered the sugar cubes back into the box, but just then, a lizard suddenly appeared. The ants were terrified, and hid behind sugar cubes. Just as they were about to be discovered, a cry echoed from inside the box. The lizard thought it had encountered a monster, and scurried away in fright. Little did it know the sound came from this ladybug, which amplified its voice using the box to scare off the lizard, and rescue the ants. To thank the ladybug, the ant captain invited it home as a guest. So the ants and ladybug set off together, but not long after they started walking, they encountered a group of red ants. The red ants blocked the black ants' path. The captain knew they wanted a toll, so he opened the box, took out a sugar cube, and placed it before the red ants. But the greedy red ants weren't satisfied. They wanted the entire box of sugar cubes, so they began tailing the black ants closely. The captain sensed trouble brewing, and hurried the ants to pick up their pace, but their speed was still too slow. To escape the red ants' pursuit, they took desperate measures, using the box as a skateboard, to slide down the steep slope. Seeing this, the red ants devised a counterattack. They ran to a soda can, and used momentum to set it rolling. So the black ants slid ahead, while the red ants rolled behind. But in the end, they all tumbled into the creek. The black ants had no choice but to pick up the sugar cubes, and carry them back to their nest with their mouths. The last ant, burdened by mortgage payments, carried 6 sugar cubes on its tiny back. The little ladybug followed behind, pretending not to notice. Meanwhile, the red ants, following faint traces, tracked down the black ants' convoy. Just as they were preparing to cross the road, a car suddenly approached, scattering the red ant squad. But the black ants pressed on bravely, narrowly avoiding the vehicle. Afterward, they returned to the black ant kingdom, with abundant supplies. The leader presented the sugar cubes to the queen ant. After eating them, the queen joyfully laid hundreds of eggs. Meanwhile, the red ant leader discovered the black ant kingdom. He returned to report to the red ant queen. Soon, the entire red ant army poured out. Their vast forces marched forth, armed with various weapons. A monumental war between the ants was about to begin. The red ants launched a fierce assault on the black ants' nest, slamming pine cones against the entrance with relentless force. As the situation spiraled out of control, the black ants resolved to unleash their ultimate weapon. They